Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to explain the chapter The Tiger King from the book Vistas. So, this chapter is very much important for exam point of view and language enhancement also. So, this chapter I had given you for homework assignment to read. So, those who have read, okay, they are familiar with the story, what happens actually in this story. In this story we have multi layers of meaning, multi layers of theme. The most important theme of this story is cruelty towards animal. Now the population of tigers are becoming less day by day. So indirectly the narrator has tried to give a tribute to the tigers who are no longer going to exist in our country, uh, because of the environmental chaos, or because of the safe environment where they used to live. So very few parts are left in India where they are comfortably living. So the population of tiger is very much important for the human being also. Okay, according to science, when they roars, okay, many germs and insects are killed. So many things are there. You will see the Discovery Channel, there you will come to know that the hives, honey hives. So the bees are, they are very much important for the growth of the plantation. If they will not be in the environment, many plants will no longer be able to grow or germinate. So these are the scientific facts. Same thing is here. God has made all the creatures, okay, in this world, so they have equal importance. Human beings indirectly just harming the environment, and how they have harmed the environment, that I have explained, okay, in class 11th, the chapter Ailing Planets. The second important theme of this story is blind imitation of culture. We think that West culture is very much important, and our culture, means that is East, is not important. It is very traditional and very primitive, and it is old and having no value and importance at all. So the narrator has very nicely highlighted the cultural imitation, the blind imitation of the royal family. Third important fact is that here the narrator think that the poor people generally imitates the royal family. So it is important to just inculcate the sense of Western culture and tradition in the royal family, and ultimately the poor will accept it, the culture, and thus then it will start, they will start follow it. Many more things are there also. Deforestation is also there. Okay, and the way the country is ruled, the way the society is managed, many humors are there, many criticism are there, many elements of irony is there. So we will see, okay, in this chapter what happens is actually in this whole chapter. So according to the paragraph and the elements of particular theme, I will just give you some references and example for making the chapters, okay, uh, more clear. But indirectly I would like to tell you all that this chapter reading is not only for the language enhancement, but also for the critical thinking of the students, that we should think about our own self, about own culture, about own language, about own attire. He is not going to damage the globalization and concept of globalization and the importance of a world brotherhood and fraternity. He's not telling like this, but he is telling that all human beings also take importance of their own culture and class. So I am reading you, please see. The first line, before you read, the narrator has given uh, a direction, a reference, that first we will have to think about the story like this way. He has shown a path. I don't know how many of you have read the story The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. He was actually, this is a poem about decision. Okay, so everybody has his own decision and opinion about everything, but the narrator is forcing us not to think any other way but to this way. So this is the way he is trying to suggest us, that we should first think about the story in this way. And what is the way? What is the general attitude of human beings towards wild animals? This way is trying to think that human beings are actually very cruel towards all animals. It is pet or or any animals. So he his longing is that all human beings should love animals. Okay, and for that they should take their own action and attempt in order to preserve the animals, and take care and take notice of all of them. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the hero of this story. The narrator is now telling this story just like an old tale, just like a grandmother is sitting with her grandchildren, and she is going to just narrate a beautiful story in order to take attention of the children. Now see what are the references he is going to give. Like this, okay, the narrator is giving explanation. The Maharaja means the king of kings. There is a king is there, okay, and among all the kings there is a big ruler, so that is the Maharaja, king of kings of Pratibandhapuram. This is the name of the state. Is the hero of this story. He may be identified as His Highness. This was his well known, okay, name, big name. Actually here Maharaja refers to when the story was written, okay, before the freedom of India. So indirectly Maharaja here refers to the Queen Elizabeth. She was or she is even very powerful in Europe. So she was the queen of queens. So he has given similar references here, that in our country small estates were there. Those who have read history, they are familiar with this. And even today there are many chief minister and then prime minister. Prime minister is ultimately the chief of chief ministers. So but the power sharing is there. In political science you will read what happens there and how they just rule the states. Actually in this story what we will have to read is the narrator is trying to just attract the attention of the children and the reader, in a way, in a such a way that he just giving the details of the Maharaja, the king of kings, okay, the mighty king. And because of his title, first he is giving a the title of the Maharaja: Jamindar, General, Khalidar, Major, Sata, Vyagra, Samahari, Maharaja. These are the title, okay. Sir Jilani, Jang Bahadur. These are the degree he has uh, received. But this name is often shortened to the Tiger King. I have come forward to tell you why he became to be known as Tiger King. And now the intention of the narrator is totally clear. Now the narrator makes this thing clear, that whatever name he is having, okay, whatever degree he is having, okay, whatever things he has done, okay, in his life, that we are going to just explain. But the first thing, that the big name I am going to shorten it, that is the Tiger King. And now the Tiger King title itself is the name of the Maharaja. So your tiger is the symbol of valor. Tiger is the symbol of bravery. Tiger is the symbol of courage. Tiger is the symbol of heroism. Okay, and unshakable will, determination. But similar to Melon King, the king was just and placid. Same case is here also. The Tiger King name is Tiger King, but he was not actually a Tiger King. In what cases he was he was a Tiger King, and in what cases he was not a Tiger King? These two things we'll have to see. obviously we'll come to know about his valor, courage, unshakable will, determination, okay, and bravery. But in some extent he was not that much courageous and brave and bold and unshakable. He was at some part very courageous, very brave, but at some at the another part he was not. So where he was brave, okay, and where he was not, that will just come to know in this story. So the narrator made it clear that I am here to tell you the story about a tiger king. I have no intention to pretending to advance, only to end in a strategic withdrawal. The narrator is telling that I am not here to pretend anything. I am here to just tell the story as soon as possible, because I am very much concerned about the story of the Maharaja, and I liked him, and that's why I want to tell the story about him to everyone. Even the threat of a Stuka bomber will not throw me off track. This shows a strong will and determination that nobody can stop me. Indirectly, he's trying to say that I am unstoppable. Nobody can stop me telling this story. The Stuka, if it likes, can beat a hasty retreat from my story. Means he's telling that if Stukavis is kind of in a gun, indirectly is telling that if a person is pointing gun at me, or someone is going to kill me, so when they will see my unshakable will and determination about telling this story, they will also just change their mind and will not shoot me, like this is telling. So right at the start, it is sorry, imperative, very important, to disclose a matter of vital importance about the tiger king. What is the vital importance? Means now he's talking about his birth, okay, and many other things. Everyone who reads of him will experience the natural desire to meet a man of his indomitable courage face to face. Now this is the hero worship. The narrator is talking about here hero worshipping, the blind imitation. Now we see Bollywood movies, Hollywood movies, okay, and according to their characterization and acting, we just start loving Shahrukh Khan, Deepika Padukone, okay. In our time it was Anil Kapoor, Amitabh Bachchan, okay, all time Bollywood famous star. So actually we call them hero, but actually they are actor and actresses, you know, Karisma Kapoor and many other actors, Madhuri Dixit. So they are actually, means they are actually imitated by the Indian women, Indian girls, okay, Indian men and Indian uh, youngsters. Why? Because of their uh, acting. These people don't know exactly about their lifestyle. They don't know about the lifestyle of Akshay Kumar, but still they love to imitate Akshay Kumar. They don't know the lifestyle of Kareena Kapoor, but the youngster imitate the food habit, okay, the attire, the daily life. So this is the blind imitation, okay. Actually, the narrator is talking about here hero worshipping, okay. It means the narrator is telling that when I will tell you the story about the Tiger King, you will completely fell in love with that man. Means he was very influential man. This is the explanation he's trying to give. But there is no chances of its fulfillment. But those who will try to meet the Tiger King, means it is very much influential. And if I will tell you the story after the completion of the story, ultimately you will develop a desire to just meet the Tiger King. But it is there is no chance to just meet him, because he is no more. He is no more. He is dead. As Bharat said to Rama about who is the Tiger King, who does he get the name? Now the narrator is talking about that how the story has been come into existence, and how this story is generation to generation and carried away or passed. Who is the Tiger King? Why does he get that name? This is the vital importance, okay, very importance. Dasratha, the Tiger King, has reached. This is the story. This is the way I said that grandmother said to the grandchildren, and the grandchildren once again they become a grandmother or grandfathers. Okay, they start telling the same story to their grandchildren. So here Dasarath is a symbol of grandparents, has reached the final abode of all living creatures. In other words, the Tiger King is dead. The manner of his death is a matter of extraordinary interest. Means the Tiger King is dead, okay? And the way he died, that is very much important to know. Similar case is here with Melon King. How the name of a kingdom is Melon King. Why it was named a place, a kingdom, based on the name of a fruit. So this is the whole story in the Melon King story. So same case is here. How he died, okay, that is very much important. It can be revealed only at the end of the tale. Tale means a story. The most fantastic aspect of his demise was that as soon as he was born, astrologers had foretold that one day the Tiger King would actually have to die. And now the narrator is taking the blind uh, acceptance of astrology and is criticizing the Indian way of Indian prophecy and soothsayers, and he's telling that Indians don't have rational mind and critical thinking. So he's telling that once the child was born, the astrologers were called in order to give him name, that what would be the name of the tiger. So when the astrologers came there, okay, after the birth of the child, they announced that the one day the the Tiger King means the child will die. So see the uh, debate, see the conversation between the astrologers and uh, and the small child who was later became Tiger King. The child was grow up to become the warrior. Aspects of his demise was that as soon as he was born, astrologers had foretold that one day the Tiger King would actually have to die. The child will grow up, okay, to become the warrior of warriors, hero of heroes, okay, champion of champions. But they bit their lips, okay, and swallowed hard when compelled to continue. The astrologers came out with it. I think the lines are mismatched. Okay, you'll see. Actually, uh, the uh, the 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 reference, okay, of his childhood time is very much important. So actually the astrologers could see the whole span of human life, that how he will become the king, how he will become brave, how he will become bold, and how he will become the mightiest king of his time. But this fellow means that they are unable to keep secret, okay, about the death of the tiger, which should not be revealed at all, and yet we are forced to speak out. The child born under this star will one day have to meet its death. Actually, the narrator is telling that the astrologers were the royal astrologers, means the king's astrologers, and they cannot just keep the secret, okay, about anything about the royal family. So they had to say like that, this, okay, that what will happen in the life of the Tiger King. This is the zodiac is there, okay. According to the month, we are that is decided that what is your Scorpio you are, or Leo you are. Like this, he is telling that uh, have to meet his death. At the very moment, a great miracle took place. These words are very much important. Miracle. What miracle took place at the birth time, okay, of the Tiger King? So he spoke. 10 days, boy. How can he speak without teeth? Nobody can speak. Okay, it is very unscientific. Still, it is a miracle. An astonishing phrase emerged from the lips of the 10-day-old Jilani Jangjang Bahadur. O wise prophet! Everyone stood transfixed in super faction. Means actually that boy, this is unscientific, okay, and the bio has proved that our tongue in our childhood is very much um, not very much strong, and because of that it cannot speak and pronounce or anything. uh, Psychology says that actually the child start installing the languages, the sentences, and that's why he could not speak anything. But according to science, I am just giving reference of science, that whatever wave of language acquiring is there, at the age of 10 nobody can, at the age of 10 days no one can speak. Okay. Because in absence of teeth, in a very tender, with a very tender tongue, nobody can speak at that point of time. But this is the miracle story, okay, unscientific story, fiction story. So we are here, we will have to believe that whatever the narrator is telling, that is truth. So you please see, oh wise prophets. Here, wise prophets refers to the astrologers. Everyone stood transfixed, means everyone was surprised. They looked wildly at each other, okay, and blinked. Blinked here refers to they were surprised, okay, shocked, that who spoke this. Oh wise prophets, it was I who spoke. This time where there were no grounds for doubt. It was the infant born just 10 days ago who had enunciated the words so clearly. And now there was no grounds for doubts. It was very clear that it was the small child who was just speaking, or just not speaking, renunciating, means responding the questions, okay, the announcement that one day the tiger, means the Jilani Jangjang Bahadur Singh, means the king, means the prince, okay, is going to die. The chief astrologer took off his spectacles and gazed intensely at the baby. This was his shock and surprise. All those who are born will one day have to die. This was the statement. What was the statement of the child? He's telling that all those who are born will one day have to die. We don't need your prediction to know that. There would be some sense in it if you could tell us of that death. This was the statement of the child, and see how rational, okay, and rational questions and very bold question he raises before the astrologers. This reference, by the help of this reference, the narrator wanted the readers to just install a sense of uh, fear, a sense of a love, a sense of inclination, a sense of influence to ask the king. He is telling that since childhood he was very strong, he was very bold, he was very brave. The royal infant uttered these words, okay, in this little squeaky voice. Squeaky means just like a child like, okay. The chief astrologer, okay, placed his finger on his nose in wonder. A baby barely 10 days old opened its lips in a speech. Not only that, it also raises intelligent questions. And this was the matter of, surprise. Incredible means beyond imagination, okay, matchless, a very grand, rather like the bulletins issued by the war office than facts. Means he's telling that the questions were very uh, nice, it was very good questions, and these questions should be answered just like a bulletin questions. The chief astrologer took his finger off his nose again and fixed his eyes upon the little prince. The prince was born in the hour of the bull. Okay, the bull and the tiger are enemies. Therefore, death comes from the tiger. And this was the explanation of the astrologers, that one day the tiger will kill this tiger king, this Jangjang Bahadur Singh. He explained, what did the royal infant grow up to be? You may think that Crown Prince Jangjang Bahadur was thrown into a quack when he heard the word. The narrator is taking the audience in confidence, that what do you think, that after hearing, after listening, after coming to know that his death will be by a tiger, he was frightened, he was afraid? No, he was not afraid. Now see what he is doing there. That was exactly what he did not happen. Tiger, that was exactly what did not happen. As soon as he heard it pronounced, the crown prince gave a deep growl, means shout, okay, just like a lion. Terrifying words emerged from his lips. This may be one question. What were the terrifying words? Let tigers beware. The narrator is telling that just like a seizure, okay, that he's telling that mm, when California, the wife of Caesar, requesting that, oh my lord, don't go out, okay. She has seen a nightmare, and because of that, she was totally frightened. So she was requesting Caesar to just stay home at that day. But Caesar asked her that, tell me the cause of your fear. So she said that I have seen, okay, nightmare that you are going to be killed. Okay, one danger is awaiting for you. So there he is telling lines, danger and I are twin, okay, littered with same speed. I am the elder one, okay, more terrible and more danger. And next line is telling that danger has seen my back, seen me from back. When it will see me from front, means my face, it will vanish. So this shows is a strong will, okay, devotion, dedication, power, might, bravery. Same case is here with the Tiger King. He was also very brave, very courageous. Let's tiger beware of, okay. I will not be frightened at the presence of the tiger. The tiger will be aware of, okay, be aware of my presence, means they will be frightened. This account is only a rumor rife in Patibandpuram, means it was just like a rumor, okay, among the countrymen. But with hindsight, we may conclude it was based on some truth. But slowly, hindsight means very slowly, I will tell you and I will explain you that it was not uh, untrue, okay, it was true. And how it was true, you'll see in next part. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you. You will write one, what is that article? Cruelty towards animals.